on the last play of the game. And how much did Coach Franco talk about that this week, despite the fact he did not want to talk about it in the media today?
I'm sure it was mentioned for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the past. You don't want to really bring things up like that. But as far as with the kids, because they want to concentrate on what's going on. But I'm sure that was a little bit of a motivational tool that was used this week.
All right, we're going to send it back, and when we come back, we will have the opening kickoff. We believe, as the coin toss took place about 15 minutes ago at midfield, it looked like Tyrone won the coin toss and has elected to kick off going from right to left, so it would stand to reason that the Scarlet Dragons will be starting out on offense. We're going to start out with the opening kickoff in just about 3 minutes from now. We'll send it back for a last commercial break for the Tyrone Football pregame show. You are listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football on Classic Favorites, and it is 96.9 and 100.7 FM WTRN.
You're looking for that little something more. Now you found what you're looking for. Sitting in the driver's seat, your heart is complete. The best experience when you buy. It doesn't get better than this. You get the best warranty. More for your money. You know that you'd love to drive the car that you can buy from 5-star Mitsubishi. It doesn't get better than this.
The Richard H. Sear Funeral Home is proud to be a sponsor of local high school sports. They've been proudly serving the Tyrone area since 1854. Their compassionate staff of funeral directors will help your family celebrate the life of your loved one. They provide a variety of services, including traditional funerals and graveside ceremonies, basic and full-service cremation options, grief support, pre-planning, and more. Give them a call at 684-3216 or visit their website at SearFuneralHomeINC.com.
Have you heard the exciting news? Staff management at Vitro in Tipton has just increased their sign-on bonuses. The sign-on bonus for night shift is now $1,750. Wait, what? $1,750? Is that correct?
We're checking on that now, Steve. Yep, that's what it is.
Okay then. Plus a $400 sign-on bonus for returning employees and $250 bonus for days.
It also says they have a $50 weekly bonus for perfect attendance.
I see it. Just go to smjobs.com. That's smjobs.com and apply now or call 686-7050.
The perfect place to enrich your life after 55 is at Greystone Court or Greystone Court Villas. Greystone offers 1- and 2-bedroom apartments that include all utilities and one affordable monthly payment. You'll enjoy the casual comfort and many amenities at the most respected name in senior living. Greystone also offers compassionate personal care for those needing assistance at Greystone Manor in Belmead. And now under construction, Greystone Grand Palazzo, the ultimate retirement community.
Hi, this is Ashley Miller with Park Hills Golf Club and Tavern 27, inviting you to come and tour our beautiful facility for your future events. We are currently booking holiday parties, indoor and outdoor 2021 weddings, and many other events. For more information on events at Park Hills Golf Club and Tavern 27, call me, Ashley, at 814-944-3313, extension 101.
The family at Tyrone Ford would like to wish the Tyrone Golden Eagles a successful season. Like many of your families, they can't be there in person, but they are listening and they're with you every play. Tyrone Ford would also like to give a special thanks to all the parents who have spent many years taking their kids and their friends to practices, games, and events. It takes a community to raise a child, and Tyrone Ford is honored to be a part of the Tyrone family. Go, fight, win.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic Favorites.
Back just in time for the opening kickoff. Keegan Gwynn will place the ball between the 40 and the hashes and be kicking off from right to left. And it would appear that back deep to receive. Looks like number 25 for Central. Cade Rule, and we don't have the other number alongside, but thank you very much for joining us back here at Mansion Park, and it looked like 41, did it?
Looks like just number 1.
Number 1, and that's
Number
Demetrius Harbaugh. One of the many offensive weapons that the Central Scarlet Dragons feature, and it's going to be a test for this Tyrone defense tonight. Ball's on the tee, and Gwynn's ready to boot it away. Let's see the strategy here. Was it a high end-over-ender, or is he going to kick it along the turf? He's good at both. And he's going to boot it away. From the 15 to the 20, 25. Bottled up at around the 30 out to the 35-yard line. So about a 20-yard return.
And number 4, Jacob Johnson in on the stop there for the Golden Eagles. And Jim, just as that ball's kicked off, a full moon just broke the tree line.
It did, didn't it? Yes, it did, especially for Halloween tonight. So the Scarlet Dragons will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Hohenstein goes from the shotgun and spread offense. Twins top side, single receiver to the near side. And they go with the ground game.
It looks like right there, number 25.
That's Parker Gregg is the ball carrier. Gets about 2 yards. Number 26. He's listed among the statistical leaders in Blair County. On this offense, it is hard not to find a Central Scarlet Dragon on offense that isn't among the statistical leaders. Hohenstein just really runs the show with 23 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Tyrone's going to show some pressure. They're going to bring it as Hohenstein rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to get flushed, head over to the sideline, and pick up not quite to the first down. He's going to come about 3 yards short, so good pressure over there by the Tyrone defense. Damon Grip was over there to help force him out, as was Brandon Lucas.
Brings up a long 3rd and 3. That's a long 3.
From the 42 of the Dragons, what a big 3-and-out opportunity this would be against just a powerful offense. Split backs in the backfield on either side, and now they go split with 4 receivers and an empty backfield. Here comes pressure. They're bringing it. Pass is complete. A nice hookup. Hohenstein to Parker Gregg, enough for a first down. He just sat right in that zone and turned, and the ball was on the money, Chuck.
Clifford Beck and was it on the stop there along with Damon Grip. We spoke about that during pregame. That's the little slot 5-yard receiver going down and doing a curl, and that's exactly what he did, enough to pick up that first down.
Split backs in the backfield once again. A little tighter formation for the Dragons this time, and they're going to go to Gregg once again. And he gets bottled up after a gain of about a yard. Looks like they'll probably mark him right at the midfield stripe. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. You're just joining us. We're early, scoreless, coming up on the 10-minute mark, first quarter, for the District 6 AAA championship game between Tyrone and Central.
Dean Grassi and Ross Gamp in on the stop for Tyrone.
Lingenfelter's in the slot to the near side. 4 receivers set once again. Tyrone shows blitz, but they rush 4. Pass to the near side is skipped in there, or do they make the catch? They're going to say incomplete, intended for Lingenfelter. Lingenfelter is questioning. Unfortunately, you don't have replay in high school, but he believes he got his hands underneath that one. The referee's call will stand to bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 50. No.
Now they're calling it a catch.
They are calling it a catch.
Oh, my.
And the fans on the near side, the home side for Central, show their approval.
That's going to make it 3rd and 4 now. Big play defensively for the Golden Eagles.
2 receivers, 1 to either side. The ball on the near hash going from left to right. Hohenstein keeps it. There's a pre-snap penalty, and it looks like it's going to be offsides against the Golden Eagles, and that will be enough for a first down, taking it inside the 45 to the 40-yard line, which is more than enough by a yard to move the chains.
Tyrone was actually lined up offside in the neutral zone, and you could see it very clearly from up here. He was a good half yard in the neutral zone. It's going to, like you said, Jim, that's going to be 1st and 10 from the Tyrone 40.
Eicher and Smith come out. They'll go with a 4-receiver set once again. Gregg in the backfield with Hohenstein. Hohenstein keeps it on the play fake and goes inside the 40. Good job by Dean Grassi coming up and wrapping up Hohenstein by the ankles after a gain of about a yard and a half. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
And even though Clifton wasn't in on the tackle, he did an excellent job of making the play, because he actually looked like it could have been an option, and he read the option man perfectly, causing Hohenstein to try to run that.
Devin Boyles is the receiver top side with Hunter Klotz to the near side, and Hohenstein, this is a run play from the get-go, and Damon Grip will throw a shoulder into him, and it was also Noah Sprankle there with the tackle.
Dean Grassi. A lot of white shirts going to the ball, and that's one thing Coach Franco really preaches is get to the ball. They gave him a yard gain on that, Jim.
Yep.
3rd and 7.
From the 37 of the Golden Eagles, 8:20 and counting left first quarter. This game is being provided to fans not only on the radio, but also via Eagle Eye Television. And if you have a chance to kind of watch and sync us up, you can listen and watch at the same time, as that pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. Your Coach Baker, what are you thinking here, Chuck?
Well, I think they're going to go for it, obviously, and I look for something. They're going to try to, I would think this, Jim. 2 times now they've run that 5-6 yard curl, and then they've got a guy.
They're going to punt it.
Oh, they're going to punt it.
That's what I thought would be
watch,
the more prudent decision.
I'd watch for the fake here. They were late getting their punting team on the field. They still
got
have
plenty of time. Yeah, plenty of time on the play clock. So back deep to receive will be Grip and Cliff. Can't quite tell the other side. Oh, and the ball is fumbled and recovered. The snap of the ball on the punt is fumbled. The Golden Eagles come up with a big play and a big opportunity for good field position as Eicher took his eye off the snap, dropped it to the turf, and the Golden Eagles recover.
And Ross Gamp alertly was on that ball for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Gives them excellent field position to start their first drive.
So it's not a turnover, but it is a turnover on downs. And so the Golden Eagles, with their first possession of the game, comes at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10. They're going from right to left on your radio dial, and the ball's on the near side hash. As Clifton goes wide to the top side, Grip to the near side. Gamp and Hicks are in the backfield. Hicks goes into the slot to the right side. Lucas looking to throw. Feels pressure. Rolls. Throws downfield. And is it incomplete? Looks like a defender for Central broke on that ball. Looked like he had a shot at the interception. And I believe it was Josh Biesinger.
And Matt Clifton was the intended receiver there for Tyrone.
So the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
And Jim, you mentioned about the Eagle Eye, televising this. They're also, with their stream, is you can listen to us live too on their stream. So you'll enjoy both the radio portion of this and the TV portion.
Gamp is the up back. Hicks is the deep back, and they go to Hicks. He's got running room to the right. Can he get to the corner? Dips and will get good yardage. Not enough for a first down. But he was chased down from behind, not before picking up 7 or 8 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and a very manageable 3 yards for the Golden Eagles as they make their first visit into Central Territory. Eagles break the huddle. They'll go I once again. Gamp is an excellent blocker as a sophomore, just a big kid, and they're going to go behind him and give it to Hicks. And can they get enough for the first down? No. Central says no, turns him away. It'll bring up 4th and a long 1. Call it 1.5 from the Dragons' 48-yard line. And so a 3 and out for the Golden Eagles. But the field position game now belongs to the Tyrone Golden Eagles if their punt coverage team can do the job here as Gamp awaits the snap. Standing at his own 38. And the punt is away, nearly blocked, and that pressure causes a deep kick into the end zone by Gamp. A little adrenaline rush for Ross Gamp as there was pressure that nearly caused a blocked punt. And so the Central Scarlet Dragons will get their second possession of the game from their own 20. Once again, you're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on Classic Favorites, WTRN, alongside Chuck Bannis. I'm Jim Gregory. Thank you very much for making us part of your evening tonight. District 6 AAA Championship action. Hohenstein bringing the play into the huddle for the Dragons. And it'll be Hohenstein looking at pressure. Once again, the Golden Eagles back off, throwing downfield to a wide open receiver. There was Devin Boyles. Found an open area, and the throw is over his head, through his hands. It looked catchable. Would have been a good catch. The incompletion brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Coming in for Central is Eicher and Smith. Coming to the near side is Klotz. He's really been Hohenstein's top choice when it comes to throwing the football. 4 receivers, empty backfield. Quick throw, caught at the 25, spinning away for another yard or 2 out to about the 28. And that pass is caught by Parker Gregg. It's going to bring up 3rd and a short 1 yard.
Damon Grip on the stop for the Golden Eagles.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Into the game now is Lingenfelter as Boyles will come out. Let's see what the Scarlet Dragons are going to go to here. Split backs in the backfield. 2 receivers top side from the near side hash. Hohenstein and the Golden Eagles jump off.
Yep, looked like number 70 there for Tyrone.
I think it was Kyle Silva. Might have been Silva. And the Dragons go with a clap from Hohenstein as a signal. And it's a shifty way.
Right.
It's a deceiving way to try and get the Golden Eagles to, jump into the neutral zone, as Gregg has open running room to the 40 and the 35 and the 30, and then goes out of bounds with Damon Grip on his back. Brandon Lucas was also there chasing him from behind, but once Gregg got past that first wave into the secondary, he's very difficult to track down from behind. That's a big gain of from the 47 yards in all for Parker Gregg on that carry. 1st and 10 now for the Dragons from the Golden Eagles 25-yard line. 2 receivers in formation. Split backs in the backfield. Hohenstein looking to throw, rolling left. Throws underneath, incomplete. Good coverage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Nice play there by number 22, Clifford Beck. As that ball got there, he got there at the same time and was able to tackle him while he was still juggling it around, jarring it loose for the Golden Eagles there.
Once again, to emphasize one of the points that Chuck was making during the pregame is these Golden Eagles, the secondary has to keep its eyes on their receivers. They can't allow themselves to lose discipline on chasing down Jeff Hohenstein, thinking that he's going to run the football, because he'll throw it over your head, and that's been a lot of his success this season so far, as this play now is going to pick up good yardage for the Dragons. Was that Gregg once again? Let's see once he gets up. Nope, that time it was Hunter Smith, the freshman, and a big freshman, by the way, 6'3", 200 pounds.
Dean Grassi in on a stop for the Golden Eagles. They had a chance to stop him there just with a short 1-yard gain, but he broke an initial tackle there from Clifford Beck and was able to take it down awful close. They did give him the first down. They gave him the first down.
They're just moving the chains now, so they're going to wait. And now the ball is set. Hohenstein, a keeper, follows Parker Gregg. Gets to the outside and then turns it back inside. Good job of keeping containment on Jeff Hohenstein, but not before. He's going to pick up about 7 or 8, maybe 9. 9 yards down to the 6-yard line. The football, the nose of it just touching the Golden Eagles 6-yard line. So it's now 2nd and 1 with the Dragons knocking on the door.
Good seal blocking there on the offensive line for Central. They sealed the right side of Tyrone's defense down.
The wide side of the field is to the right for Jeff Hohenstein. He's going to bring it this way, follows blockers inside the 5, struggling, turning, twisting, waiting for the signal. No touchdown signal yet.
No, the far side officials marked the ball inside the 1, maybe just at the 1.
At the 1-yard line, so it'll bring up 1st and goal from the Eagles' 1-yard line. This is the Dragons' second possession of the ball game. Golden Eagles have only had 1 possession. And so, what we think about in the pregame is how do you keep the Scarlet Dragons offense off the field? Well, the best defense sometimes can be a good offense in time-consuming drives, and the Golden Eagles are hoping to contain the Dragons right here, and they do on 1st and goal from the 1. Hohenstein is dropped for a loss.
Jacob Johnson shot the B gap right there and was there to slow him up and help hold on to him, make the tackle. And it's going to be a 1-yard loss, brings up 2nd and 2. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark, left first quarter, we're still scoreless. From the far side hash, Hohenstein with Greg off his left hip. Tight formation. They give it to Greg into the end zone. 2-yard touchdown, Parker Gregg. The Dragons are on the board with a 6-0 lead at 2:51 of the first.
Coming in.
Austin Keith will come on to kick the extra point with Hohenstein the holder. An 80-yard drive culminated with a 2-yard touchdown from Parker Gregg. The snap and the hold is good, and the kick is good as well. 7-0 your score with the Scarlet Dragons on top of this District 6 AAA championship game. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. Thank you very much for making us a part of your evening. And Chuck, in that drive, we really saw more of the ground game for Central than the passing game, which is what really Coach Franco was saying. We have to focus on how they throw the football. Jeff Hohenstein has been to Coach Franco's passing camp for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's obviously true. Tyrone, Central did a nice job blocking, but Tyrone made some missed tackles. They need to shore up those tackles like they did the first possession. They weren't missing tackles, Jim. So let's look at some of our sponsors here. We have 5-star Mitsubishi, Staff Management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, supporting Tyrone Golden Eagle football, and 5-star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, and Tyrone Ford, all sponsoring Tyrone Golden Eagle football on WTRN, so we can bring this to you each and every time the Golden Eagles take the field.
Beck and Clifton back deep to receive, standing at their own 10 to our right. Beck had a big return last week. And the kickoff will be coming from Austin Keith, fresh off his extra point success. End over ender taken by Clifton at his 15 to the 20. 25, 30, 35, still driving. Good job. 10, 12 yards after first contact by Matt Clifton out to the Golden Eagles' 42-yard line.
He ran hard on that play, Jim. He was finally brought down by Austin Keith, a senior, 5'11", 193-pounder for the Central Dragons.
He does it all. He kicks and tackles.
Kicks, tackles, blocks, runs. Yeah.
He's out there at the right end on this defense for the Scarlet Dragons as the Golden Eagles now come out trailing in this ball game as we're early, but it's 7-0 Dragons. 2:44 left to go first quarter. Damon Grip goes in motion. Lucas rolling right. He wants Grip, and he's going to go down under the pressure of the Scarlet Dragons defense. Lucas really had time to throw, but he was waiting for Grip to come open, and Grip did not see the pressure on his quarterback, didn't have an opportunity to try and come back, and so the loss is 4, maybe 5, back to the 37, 38-yard line, make it, of the Golden Eagles, brings up second and a long 14.
And that just took a little bit too much time, and then that's what that clock in your head has to, kick in. And if it gets to be about 3.5, 4 seconds, you need to unload that ball even if you throw it up out of bounds there.
Golden Eagles need to hold on to the football here for a sustained drive. Don't need a 3-and-out right here as they give it to Hicks. And he's tripped up and brought down at the 40. A pickup of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
And the stop on the play was made there by number 79, who now just comes off the field, and that is Dominic Wagner.
He's a big boy.
5'10", 299 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Third and call it 12 for Tyrone.
Grip and Lucas bringing the play off the sideline. This is a big play, and don't want another 3-and-out
right
for the Golden Eagles. So they'll send 4 receivers into formation. Single back in the backfield is Hicks. Lucas throwing over the middle and over the head of the intended receiver, and that was Hicks.
A little bit of pressure, but he just overthrew him a little bit, and it's going to bring up a punting situation here. And, boy, I sure hope Ross Gamp gets this kickoff quicker. The first time he caught the ball, took one step, took another step, and then kicked the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that was almost blocked.
Just a split second away from having it blocked.
He needs to catch and step at the same time.
Snap is away. The punt, a high half spiral, taken at the 24. Good coverage downfield. The return by Lingenfelter is good for just a couple. Tackled at about the 31-yard line, so the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line, leading 7-0. We're under a minute left to play in the first quarter, but so far this first quarter has not been kind to the Tyrone Golden Eagle offense.
Nope, they have to pick it up, but nobody's hitting the panic button. I mean,
of course not.
Last 3 games they've been behind.
And last week though, they really tried to feature the importance of the ground game. They went to Hicks time and time again, and right now we don't see a rhythm or an identity for this offense for the Golden Eagles. As once again, it's Parker Gregg. It's a foot race. 25, 20. 15, 10, tackled by the shoestrings at about the 6-yard line by Damon Grip. Parker Gregg rips off another big run for the Central Scarlet Dragons.
And Grip saved a touchdown there, but boy, once again, a missed tackle right there in the hole. He broke that, and once he got through there, there was no one in the center of the field for the Golden Eagles.
A 64-yard run by Parker Gregg, as he should be very close to the century mark in yards gained so far here on the ground for number 26, and we're still in the first quarter. Jeff Hohenstein coming off the sideline with the play, and right now they're going to have to take a timeout as the play clock was at 6 seconds, stopping the clock with 22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And so if you were thinking, as anybody would, looking at this Central Scarlet Dragon offense, that it is dominated by the passing game, they're showing you that they can be dynamic on the ground as well.
And I'm sure there'll be some adjustments made to the formations and that, but again, fundamentals is the key. And fundamentally right now, Tyrone's tackling is not as sound as it should be, and that's something that they're going to have to pick up on right away, Jim. Take a look at some of our other sponsors here.
Please.
It's Gardner's Candies out of Tyrone, Wireless Zone, Marilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home, and Jeff Long Construction. Thank you for allowing Jim and I to come into your homes and on your car radios and listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football. Hope you enjoy this game as well as you have the past season. We're going to give you some shout-outs to people from all over the country that have been texting us already, saying they're listening and watching Tyrone Golden Eagle football.
I saw Jeff Long this morning. He really loves being a part of the broadcast now. He was a late ad as a sponsor. It's great to have Long Construction. All right, here we go. First and goal from the 6 for the Scarlet Dragons as they go with Hohenstein. He's going to keep it and get inside the 5, inside the 3 to about the 2. He's a good ball handler in the backfield, which makes him even more dangerous as a runner. You don't know if he has the football. You've got to keep an eye on him if you're a defender for the Golden Eagles.
He's very elusive style runner, and Damon Grip had an opportunity to make a tackle there on the 6-yard line.
We're out of time in the first quarter. We're going to send it to the studio for a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football, 96.9, 100.7, classic favorites, WTRN. Back after this.
When it comes to your health, you deserve expert advice. You wouldn't trust a gas station for your flu shot, so why trust them to sell you CBD? At Community Pharmacy Tyrone, we proudly carry Ananda Professional, an exclusive line of professional-grade CBD products including tinctures, soft gels, topicals, skincare, intimate oil, and even something for your pet. Not all hemp products are the same. Stop in and see our pharmacists at Community Pharmacy Tyrone. Trust your pharmacist for CBD guidance.
This is Nathan Varilla, your 1999 state championship football team captain. Winning a state championship, you have to do everything excellent. Excellence matters. That's why here at Varilla Real Estate, I've taken what I've learned on the football field and applied it to our business. Doing the little things, outworking your competition, being aggressive, doing the right thing when no one's looking. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you in all your real estate needs. When it's 4th and 4 and you need a touchdown by selling your house, call Varilla Real Estate today.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Back at Mansion Park, Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory bringing you Tyrone Golden Eagle football as the Golden Eagles find themselves trailing 7-0 and hoping to avoid falling behind by another score. But right now, Central's holding all the cards. Second and goal from the Golden Eagles 2. Hohenstein with Greg, sidecar left, twin receivers left. Hohenstein's going to keep it. Bottled up. Did he find the end zone? His teammates say yes. I see Josh Waite throwing his hands up in the air, but he's going to be disappointed as the ball is nestled down at about the 1-yard line. So a gain of about a yard for Hohenstein. Third and goal from the 1 for the Scarlet Dragons. I'd like to thank the Altoona School District for their hospitality and the wonderful facilities we have here to bring you this District 6 championship game. I formation. Hohenstein looking for a gap and goes into the end zone over left tackle with a quarterback sneak. 13-0 Central on top of the Golden Eagles. 11-19 left to go. Second quarter. Lots of football left to be played. Keith will come in to attempt the extra point for the Scarlet Dragons.
And he's a pretty accurate kicker over the years so far, Jim.
Looking to go 2 for 2 so far tonight. Snap and the hold are good, and no doubt about that one. 14-0, Central with the lead. The Tyrone Golden Eagle offense has to spend a little more time on the field.
Yeah, that was
2 3-and-outs in that first quarter.
That was one of the keys to the game, that Tyrone had to keep that offense off the field. And when you do a 3-and-out, you know, it doesn't give you an opportunity to really keep that high-powered offense off the field. So we have, 11 minutes and 19 seconds, and Tyrone's down by 2 touchdowns. This is a very important, offensive series for the Golden Eagles. They have to do something here.
And they will. I think they need to focus on getting back to the ground game, because that has been what has opened up the passing game. You talked about that in the pregame. They went more to the air with those first 2 possessions, and they put themselves in bad positions. A sack caused them a 2nd and 13 on the last possession that they couldn't recover from.
So you'll really have to, like you said, you go with what you got here, what got you here. So maybe we'll see that come back to
I would like to see Brandon Lucas run the football a little bit on this drive, on this possession. He's certainly a weapon, either throwing or running the football. He's your bread and butter on offense. when they need a play,
he's the playmaker.
He's the playmaker, and he's the straw that stirs the drink when it comes to the passing attack, certainly, and finding Damon Grip. He was looking for Grip on each of those first 2 possessions, but accuracy was a problem as Keith puts his foot into it. It's a low line drive that hits at the 20, picked up at the 15 by Beck, over the 30, out to the 35, tackled there by Ethan Eicher.
Nice return by Beck. Gets that ball right out exactly to the 35, right in the middle of the field. So now Tyrone's offense is going to work and has to come up with some positives here.
And that's a 20-yard gain for Beck. Here come the Golden Eagles. Their first 2 drives ending in 3 and out. Rhodes comes to the near side with Hicks in the slot. Clifton in the slot top side, coming in motion. They fake it, and then you go to Brandon Lucas. You knew they were going to go to their quarterback for a little bit of the ground game, and Keith is there to make a tackle, as was, and it looked like, if I had to guess, Jarrett Wagner, perhaps, if I saw the right number.
It could have been Wagner.
Yeah.
You know, Jim, Central's playing a 4-4-3, and they're playing man-for-man deep. So that means that they're
rushing 8. They're clogging the lanes.
8 in the box.
Right.
So they're daring Tyrone to throw as they're playing a straight man-for-man.
So 5 or 6 offensive linemen have to try and hold the fort to give Lucas enough time to throw the football. And he stiff arms one defender and gets out around the right side to about the 40, goes out of bounds at around the 41-yard line. 3 Dragons were there to make the tackle. Biesinger.
Parker Gregg.
Yep.
Initially.
It's going to bring up a manageable 3rd and 4 from the 41. Big 3rd down play. 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far for the Eagles. Rhodes to the near side. 3 receivers top side. Clifton, Grip, and Hicks. Gamp in the backfield. Lucas looking to throw. Here comes pressure. He has to get rid of it. A tough catch, but a good throw was made, and Grip just couldn't come down with it. It would have been enough for a first down, and with the circumstances as they are, they really needed to convert that pass into enough yards for a first down. Instead, it's another 3 and out, and Ross Gamp is going to be a busy man here in the first half, once again punting it away for the Golden Eagles.
And that was a very catchable ball there for Damon.
But Klotz came free and put a lot of pressure on Lucas to make a throw from his 27. High snap, but he gets it away. Not one of his better kicks, taken at the 33. And it was Demetrius Harbaugh with the return in traffic, so a gutsy play by Harbaugh to avoid what could have been a big punt if it hits and goes the other way. Returns it for about 7 yards to the 41. And so the Dragons, leading already by 2 scores, have the football going from right to left with the ball on the far side hash. Thanks very much for joining us on the radio dial. You can also be watching it online, streaming it on Eagle Eye Television. I believe the Dragons TV is also available.
Good field position to start this drive again for Central.
Give it to Gregg. Tiptoes around in the backfield, finds somebody to follow, and picks up about 4 out to the 45.
Tommy Hicks on the stop for the Golden Eagles.
2nd and 6 for the Dragons, and Parker Gregg is really turning into the focus tonight so far. The Dragons are taking what the Golden Eagles defense is going to give them.
And we're getting some text messages, Jim, saying that the people that are listening to the stream can only hear one of us talking. So please excuse the dead air time. We're live on the radio, both of us, but for some reason it's on the streams.
Okay. Pre-snap penalty. It looked like somebody on the right side of the offensive line took that drop step a little too early. So that'll mark it back 5. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be the first negative
right for
the Dragons tonight.
Landon Williams, number 55, was a false start on that play.
So what you're saying is the radio listeners are hearing both of us as usual.
Radio's both.
But online, as they're listening to us, they're only hearing one of us. Very good.
When
okay.
The other one's talking. Of course, it's dead.
We'll allow the Eagle Eye folks to work on that.
Yep.
2nd and 11 from the Dragons 40. Showing blitz. Hicks backs out of it. Hohenstein being rushed and brought down from behind. Is that Clifton with the sack?
Matthew Clifton, and he did a nice job because he beat his man, and his man reached out and held him, and he still was able to make the tackle.
Clifton on that play showed me something we haven't talked about, and that's hand fighting. Did you notice how his hands freed himself up?
Yep. He doesn't let the defender get in his chest. I mean, he's blocking and he's breaking arms. He's swimming. He has all the fundamentals, and he does it quickly. That's what benefits him, because he's not a 200-300 pound guy.
Right.
You know, he's.
Hohenstein calls for it, looking to pass with a 3rd and 14, and the pass is complete, but hit immediately
By Damon Grip was number 1 there.
It was Harbaugh with the reception, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 9 and a punting situation. The second punt of the night for the Dragons. The first one was a dropped snap by Eicher, and now he's in there to punt it away once again. This time he'll stand at his own 30.
The other good thing about that is Hohenstein just barely got that pass off. He was hit as soon as he threw it.
Grip and Rhodes back deep to receive, standing inside their own 25. Punt is away. Short punt hits at about the 32, but takes a central bounce inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line, as Grip can frustratingly look at it and not have a chance to return it. So the Golden Eagles, at least for now, stop a little bit of that bleeding on defense, force the punt. Actually, their second punt of the night. But this time the Golden Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. 6:50 left to go before the half. It's the Dragons on top by a score of 14-0, leading this District 6 AAA championship game from Mansion Park in Altoona. I formation with 2 receivers to the near side, Grip and Clifton. They're going to go with Hicks, following the block of Ross Gamp for about 2, out to about the 19-yard line.
Stop out there was made by number 53. Once again, that's Austin Keith, defensive end for the Scarlet Dragons.
2nd and 8 from just shy of the Golden Eagles' 18-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Clifton in the slot near side, Grip wide to the far side. I formation for Brandon Lucas. Keegan Gwynn goes in motion, and there's a pre-snap penalty, and it looks like it's going to be a motion penalty against the Golden Eagles.
They're calling it an illegal shift. The official's trying to explain it to Coach Franco on the sidelines. I don't think Coach is agreeing that that's an illegal shift, but that's what it was called.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 13 from the 13 of the Golden Eagles. Penalties have not been a problem for Tyrone most of this season. Last week was probably their worst of the season when it comes to penalties. 6:07 left to go, second quarter. Big play for the Golden Eagles. I formation. Lucas is going to throw. Looking to hook up with his favorite receiver, Damon Grip, at the 25. First catch of the night for the top receiver in Blair County, as hopefully that gets them started. Out to the 23, a gain of 10, brings up 3rd and a long 3, maybe 4 for the Golden Eagles.
Nice route and a good throw by Lucas. Damon Grip came down and did his hook at the 26, came back towards his quarterback, and when he hooked and started his comeback, Lucas had already had the ball in the air, so that was good timing and a real nice play for the
And they need those pickups. They need those completions to try and back that 8-man front off.
And you can see they're still playing that tight 4-4.
Lucas rolling, throwing. He's got Grip at the 37, out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Nice catch by Damon Grip, just coming off his shoe tops. And it's enough for a first down out to the 40-yard line, the first of the game for the Golden Eagles.
And that was a very much needed first down there. Looked like, actually, that was Keegan Grip that made the catch.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His number's 8 and 3, and the Tyrone
it's hard
numbers
to see.
are always tough to see.
Sorry about that, Keegan.
No problem. I just picked him up going back into the huddle, as a matter of fact.
From the eye, they go with Hicks. Looking for a big run.
He's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet. Broke a tackle at the 45, goes out to the 49-yard line. The Golden Eagles showing life on offense now. Nice catch by Keegan Gwynn, giving him credit for that reception as it was a low pass. Gets enough for the first down, and now on first down, Tommy Hicks picks up 9.
Shaylin Yingling on the tackle, and that's what the Golden Eagles need to do. That's what we said was the key to the game. Sustain, control the line of scrimmage, keep that offense off the field for Central, and drive the ball down and score here.
Under center now is Brandon Lucas as the man in motion comes to the near side, and they give it. Is that Gamp?
That's Gamp.
He's a big kid. He's going to learn the nuances of running the football, but right now he just runs really high, and he's a big target to bring down.
Straight up and down. If he falls forward on that, he gets the first down. Because he actually was hit and fell straight back. So
going to bring up a 3rd and 1. 14-0. Central leading it. We're just past the midway point of the second quarter. Quarterback keeper for Lucas.
And he'll definitely get that first down. That's big for Tyrone.
That is big.
Have to put 7 on the board here. Stay tuned for the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area. That's coming up on the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show.
Thanks to all our sponsors throughout the season, making it possible to bring you the games tonight. We are excited to bring you a championship game for the Tyrone Golden Eagles, as well as the Central Scarlet Dragons, as tonight's a big night for both teams. Both are undefeated. I formation, middle of the field between the hashes. Lucas with time, and I think he was hit when he threw.
Yeah, and his arm was hit, and boy, he was going for Damon Grip, who was wide open at the Central 20. Just seconds away from making a big play there for Tyrone.
Lucas had time, felt pressure on the outside, stepped up, and as he did, he was basically stepping up into the pressure, the hit causing the incompletion, stops the clock with 3:12 left to go. Second quarter, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Dragons' 48-yard line. Single receiver to the near side is Grip. I formation. Hicks is going to be dropped for a loss.
Boy, they just came through both A gaps and the B gap, and those 3 guys were in the backfield. Those are all linebackers, Jim. They were in the backfield before he even had a chance to get back to anywhere near the line of scrimmage. No one picked anyone up on that play. Complete breakdown on the blocking.
When you've got 8 there, it's hard to pick out which one you're going to block. Right. It can be confusing for an offensive lineman. Clock rolling at 2:40, second quarter. Central leads at 14-0. 3rd and 12 from the 50. 4 receivers in formation. Does he get time? Lucas is flushed. Throws downfield. A basketball stance by Damon Grip as he shielded the defender to make the catch at the 35-yard line. We've talked about Grip before as a basketball player. He knows how to box out, and he had to box out to get that catch and pick up the first down for the Tyrone Golden Eagles at the 34-yard line of the Central Scarlet Dragons.
That defensive back from Central was right in his hip pocket, but Grip made a good move, like you said, and shielded the ball and was able to wrestle it away from harm's way there. 1st and 10 for Tyrone.
4 receivers in formation. Is it Gamp in the backfield?
Hicks.
It is Hicks. Lucas looking to throw, find some time, find some running room, cuts it inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. A lot was happening on that play, Chuck.
And boy, Kyle Silver absolutely leveled. And I'm hoping they're not going to call this a defenseless block. It looks like they are. That new rule, Jim, that's too much of a,
That's Keith, Austin Keith.
Yeah.
Crackback block. And that was because your quarterback cut back the other way.
Right.
I don't understand what you're supposed to ask an offensive lineman to do in that case.
And it's not like he came running at him. Silva was standing right there at the 40-yard line. And
that's an unfortunate play for the Golden Eagles. A 15-yard penalty is going to be marked off and take it back into Tyrone territory. Obviously, safety for the players is of the utmost importance, highest priority. But that was just a weird play as Brandon Lucas did a good job of reversing field. And in the meantime, the pursuit by Austin Keith created the opportunity for a block that just looks like a dangerous block.
And I can see if the blocker's taking a 6-7 yard run, but Silva was standing there, and technically if he wouldn't have even moved, Keith would have ran into him. So that's a real tough call there, but it's a judgment call. You have 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the first quarter.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to bring up first and about 30.
Yeah, a long way.
From the 46, they need to get to the 24.
About 25,
Yeah, 30 yards.
30 yards, you're right. Boy, and that would have been nice. The ball would have been inside the 30-yard line there, and it would have been second and about 2. Now it's first and 30. And Tyrone still has all 3 of their timeouts left.
Minute 44, so time is a factor here in the second quarter. The Golden Eagles have all 3 of their timeouts. Passing situation, it would appear, for the Golden Eagles as Lucas calls for a 2-step drop. Pumps, looking, has room to run to the 50. And his forward progress is stopped at about the 47-yard line as it looks like some tempers may be flaring over there and some extra pushing and shoving taking place well after the whistle.
The ball came out, but it came out late, so everyone was jockeying to get the ball.
It's going to bring up second and about 24. Coming up on a minute, yeah. The Golden Eagles have they have to have some urgency here. Hicks, Clifton, Lucas to the near side. Over the middle, he's got Clifton. Oh, and it's just tipped away. Parker Gregg tipped it away, had the coverage. The ball was a little bit underthrown. If he leads him, he probably makes the catch.
And here comes number 53, who was shaken up on that
Austin
block.
Keith sits out of play and comes right back in. The incompletion stops the clock with 46 seconds left. Correct myself, it was a grip wide to the near side in that 3-receiver set. And they're going to do it once again. Grip, Hicks, and Clifton. Gamp in the backfield. They set up the screen for Gamp. But the blocking downfield just doesn't materialize, and so they'll come up with not much on that pickup by Ross Gamp, and the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, it's unfortunately Cortland.
They're going to have to call a timeout here, their first of the half. Stops the clock with 32 seconds left here in the second quarter, and right now, Chuck, it's at least we're seeing the Tyrone Golden Eagle offense put some time of possession under their belt, maybe give them some something to work from, to build from in the second half, knowing that they get the kickoff to start the second half as they deferred that opening kickoff.
And that screen pass, Jim, was set up very nice. There was blockers downfield, but unfortunately needed that one block, and just the central man beat Cortland Rhodes on that play. And if Cortland gets that block, he's probably still running. And, 32 seconds left, Jim, 4th down. If we can continue to move the ball down the field, a score here would be huge. I mean, to go down and be 14-7 at halftime.
I'm wondering if you don't punt it away. I guess they're going to. It's 4th and 24. You throw a deep ball, a Hail Mary, and it's intercepted. It serves the same purpose as a punt. 4 receivers, empty backfield. Lucas, offensive line holds up, plenty of time. Over the middle to Hicks at the 30. Can he get inside the 25? And he does. They pick up 27 yards on a 4th and 24. Wow, what a big play and a pickup from Tommy Hicks on the pass from Brandon Lucas.
And that first down stops the clock, and it's going to be started really quick. Come on, you got to get the play in. Let's go, guys. No, it looks like they're calling a timeout.
They have to call the timeout.
I was going to say, my goodness gracious.
We could see a situation here where Kendall Markley has her first attempt at a field goal tonight. She's good from 25, maybe 30.
And how big would this be to put some points on the board here? The way Tyrone's played this first half, to only be down 14-7 at halftime and getting the ball back on the opening kickoff would be a huge, huge plus for the Golden Eagles. 1st and
10 for Tyrone with the ball resting at the Dragons' 22-yard line. Deepest penetration of the night for Tyrone, but it's asking a lot with just 22 seconds left, 22 yards to cover to get a touchdown. Let's see what the Dragons' defense is going to put up in the way of pressure for Brandon Lucas, because they got to know that this is a passing situation for Tyrone. Gamp is the back in the backfield, assigned for blocking. Picks up the blitz. Lucas throwing to the end zone. He's got Damon Grip wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Tyrone Golden Eagles. 17 seconds left in the second quarter, and what a big play. How does Damon Grip get wide open in the end zone? Gamp is the back in the backfield, assigned for blocking. Picks up the blitz. Lucas throwing to the end zone. He's got Damon Grip wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Tyrone Golden Eagles. 17 seconds left.
That was a huge play.
Markley on for the extra point attempt. The snap and the hold are okay, and the kick is no good. There was a little bit of a bobble on the snap and the hold, and I think that disrupted the timing for Kendall Markley. So the extra point attempt, it fails. So the Golden Eagles are on the board, but they fail on the extra point, so they'll find themselves down by 8 with just 17 seconds left to go before intermission here at Mansion Park. The District 6 AAA Championship game with the championship trophy on the line for both these undefeated teams here tonight.
And that was huge for Tyrone to put some points on the board there before halftime, as we stated. So.
It gives that offense a little bit more confidence because this first half has not been one that we become accustomed to seeing this year. This offense has been very, very good, averaging 28 points a game. And so this is something that they will definitely build on coming back after the intermission.
And what kick-started it, that drive especially, the run.
Mm-hmm.
The run took over, and that kept those linebackers to try to be a little bit honest because they were just coming full born.
Rule and Harbaugh back deep to receive. The kickoff from Keegan Gwynn. 2 return men standing inside their own 15-yard line, respecting the leg of Gwynn. He's got the go-ahead. The run up, and it's a squibber along the turf at the 31-yard line, and it's picked up by Boyles, but his knee was down, so they'll take over 1st and 10. The Dragons from their own 31-yard line, leading it 14-8, thanks to 2 touchdowns, one by Hohenstein, one by Greg, correct?
Yep. Hohenstein and Greg. Stay tuned for the 5-Star Mitsubishi halftime show. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area. And that's coming up on the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show.
Single back in the backfield for Jeff Hohenstein as he's awaiting the snap from the shotgun. They'll give it to Greg. Tackled at the 35-yard line, and that should be the last play of the half.
Clifton Beck and Jacob Johnson in on the stop for the Golden Eagles.
And that's 2 quarters of football in the books for this District 6 AAA championship game. The Tyrone Golden Eagle Marching Band is coming out onto the field to the delight of the fans here who number in big numbers, actually, at Mansion Park. We're going to send you back to the studio, though, for the halftime show that Chuck was just talking about. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN.
Save on everything in the city, Surplus City. Surplus City has got it all, from metal to tarps, nuts and bolts, and all the paint you could possibly need. Plumbing supplies, electrical, tools of all kinds, and lots more. Surplus City has a wide selection of fabric, foam rubber, home decor, flowers, and plenty of seasonal items, too. Visit all 5
Stand up. Mary's coming through. Mary's.
if you just did this. Okay, so right now I just have it on the big shot. But here's all you need. So it's picture in picture. I have that up here. We want to keep that there. So if you just drag these two shots. I told them between plays is great. As long as it's a good shot, just find one. As soon as they break out of huddle and they go to set position, that's what we do. Do that. So it's always like this.
It's so cool.
Yeah. I think it's set to like 10 seconds maybe. So if they make a big play, just put it which was fun because we actually I don't have him on here. I still have the band. You guys are getting some great shots. There's a lot of them. But it's cool to break out the touchdown pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the 2020 Central High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Daniel Drum, color guard instructor Kimberly English, drum makers Dana Helfel, and assistant drum maker Stephen Elidowin. Commanding officer is Josiah Wilson, and assisting officer is William Walters. Tonight we recognize senior peace and twirler Micah Moore. This year's show, the movie, featuring music from Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean. The Central High School Department of Music is proud to present, for your enjoyment, the Central High School Marching Band.
2012, when we talked about the presidential race and the debates going on for the Republican Party. And we had something in common with one of the candidates who also won the Pennsylvania gold medal in the state championships. Games played at Hershey back then, too, believe it or not. And we wanted to know who that candidate was. The Tyrone athlete was Nick Patton. And Nick was also an excellent football player for the Golden Eagles. I'm sure Chuck Battis can attest to that, as he was both a very good safety and a wide receiver. Very speedy, obviously, since he won the 100-yard dash, as did Ron Paul is the answer to our question. We had about 10 guesses of who Rick Santorum, who everyone knows who was from Pennsylvania, but Ron Paul was born in Pittsburgh in 1935. Now, he eventually moved to Texas after going to Gettysburg University and became a longtime representative there before running for president, first as a Libertarian candidate, then as a Republican in 2012. And as a physician, Ron Paul also delivered thousands of babies over a long career. His son, Rand Paul, is a U.S. Senator from Kentucky, and they are the only father and son combo to serve in Congress at the same time, serving together for a couple of terms. So, congratulations to Terry Warner of Tyrone. He was the winner of our package. We'll recap it following the game and give you more scores. Again, Tyrone trailing in the game by a score of 14-6 at halftime. And I'm pretty sure Jim Gregory probably had the answer to that question about Ron Paul being the answer, being originally from Pennsylvania. Let's turn it back to Chuck and Jim at the field.
That would be a stretch, Rich. I did not know that answer, but I tip my cap to you for the work that you had to put in and the research that went into that one. As the Scarlet Dragons are back out on the field, we're getting closer to the start of halftime, and here come the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Good job at halftime by both marching bands for the Dragons and for the Eagles, and I would call that a tie, a toss-up. Both good bands, but right now, as we get ready for the third quarter, it is not a toss-up with the Dragons leading it by a score of 14-6. The Golden Eagles will get the football to start the second half. So you want to run down that scoring for us real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Starting right off, the Scarlet Dragons on a Parker Gregg 2-yard run. And when Keith kicked the extra point, it was 7-0. And that was how it stood the first quarter of action, as the Central Dragons were up 7-0. In the second quarter, Hohenstein, 1-yard quarterback sneak. Keith kicked again. It was 14-0. But the Golden Eagles came back with grip from Lucas on a 26-yard touchdown pass. Markley's kick was a little bit wide, and it was no good. And that's just 14-6 at halftime is our score. And Jim, I think also we should probably mention, because I know my text is getting blown up about some people. There seems
to be some audio issue, right. Not with the radio broadcast at all. So WTRN, the product we're delivering, is impeccable, on the mark. But as we tried to provide it on Eagle Eye Television, because we were in stereo, they're receiving it in mono, they were only hearing bits and pieces of you.
Right.
And which is fine by me.
Which is good by me.
Yeah,
too,
I mean,
I can nod off.
Come on, really. It's nappy time, except for our radio broadcast. They would miss you on that side.
But I kept getting all these texts from people saying, we can't hear you.
And it's a distraction. I need you to focus.
Right, and they think it's dead airtime. So we're going to see if we can't fix that for you.
Yeah, I think probably we have.
And the comments that we got last week, they were saying that we could barely hear you, but we could hear Jim fine. And that's because in our press box, we're much closer than we are here.
That is true.
So that was probably being picked up through your mic. So we'll get together with our technical wizards at the station this week and see if we can't figure out.
I find that if you just put a hammer to it,
that'll work.
That answers a lot of problems.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Looking forward for a very exciting second half of action here. Tyrone gets the ball.
And the Golden Eagles need to put the hammer down.
Yep, and they need to come right out here and do something. And I'm sure Coach Baker, the Central team, has told their players, 3 and out. 3 and out, and we take the ball and go down and score. We have them in big trouble. So let's see what happens there. And I hope Tyrone stays with that running game to get things going, because that kind of like loosened them up a little bit, because they had to they couldn't have those linebackers come free.
And I think we noticed something else at the mid part to the end of the second quarter, is that the rhythm and the connection between Lucas and Grip, or Lucas and any of his receivers for that matter, the emotion perhaps getting the better of Brandon Lucas, bad throws, overthrows, hard throws through the hands, and that started to seem to dissipate in the second quarter, where they were allowed to make some connections and build some momentum. And let's see what they can build off of in this third quarter, trailing 14-6 as the teams are out on the field ready to get started with the third quarter of action here from Mansion Park in Altoona. The District 6 AAA Championship game with the trophy on the line for these two teams that look to advance to a game next week against
Bedford. And that was a surprise. Not that Bedford won, but I was surprised how much they won by over Clearfield, because Clearfield's a pretty good football team.
Yes, they are.
All right, we're just about ready
Austin
to start
Keith walks it back, gets himself positioned for the opening kickoff of the third quarter. Beck and Clifton back deep to receive, standing at their own 10. Short kick. Hits at the 25. Beck has trouble with it and gets trampled and crumpled, folded in half. But he's fortunate to get up. None the worse for wear on a good hit on the coverage there by Ethan Eicher. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at the 24. They've got to come up and make a play on that. It is the kickoff and a free ball. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles, trailing 14-6. First possession of the second half. Let's see what they can do to sustain some ball possession here. They did not do that well in the second quarter, or the first quarter for that matter. So they'll go I with two receivers, single top side, single near side, and a penalty before the snap of the ball. Somebody's moving.
Number 8. And
Keegan
that would
Gwynn.
be Keegan Gwynn. He was set, and then his other hand went down to set 2, and you can't do that. Once you're set for a second or two, and you cannot move your hands like that. So that's going to cost the Golden Eagles 5 to start off here.
Back to their own 19. Lucas and Grip join the huddle. Share the play from the sideline. Gamp is the up back. Hicks is the deep back with Lucas under center. Hit as he throws. And coming quickly was Eicher. And so that was fortunate that either it was not intercepted, or that there was a fumble or a sack. But it is still a loss of 4, brings up second. They're going to, excuse me, the incompletion, no loss. It is second down and 14.
And that was to be a quick pass to the flat, and Tyrone kept both running backs in there to cut the blitz, and both running backs stood there. Neither one of them hit anyone on that play.
Sidecar right is Gamp. Lucas fakes the run, and then throws it quickly to a cutting Damon Grip, but he's hit in midair and dropped for a few yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage. Another passing down, though, for the Golden Eagles. One of their issues in the first half was negative yards, putting them in difficult third down situations, which they find themselves in now. 4 receivers with 3 to the right for Brandon Lucas. He's going to have to run back to this near side, and he's not going to get to the first down marker despite a good try, and he fumbles.
Tyrone's going to have it, though.
Will it be enough for a first down as it fumbled forward?
I think it is going to be. But
Lucas was fighting hard. I had him not coming up with it, and he did. Either they fumbled forward and recovered, or Lucas got it on just sheer will. First down for the Golden Eagles, converting a 3rd and 10.
That kid plays so tough. He is such a leader out there.
From the Golden Eagles' 35-yard line. 14-6 our score. We're early third quarter. Grip and Clifton to the near side. Hicks with 2 receivers top side. They go with Lucas. Sheds a tackle, but can't shed them all. Maybe a yard.
There's just 8 people on the line of scrimmage, and they're playing head up on everyone on Tyrone, and then that leaves those 4 gaps there that they're just filling the gaps. So it's going to be very tough to run straight ahead.
From the Golden Eagles 36. Lined up in the eye behind Lucas is Gamp and Hicks. They give it to Hicks at the 40, 45, running hard. Says, I'm getting the first down, and he does as he runs over Demetrius Harbaugh, but Harbaugh will get credit for the tackle, but only because he got in Hicks' way.
It was a speed bump tackle.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles on a 12-yard pickup by Tommy Hicks.
Good hard running by Hicks on that play. And again, going outside because those linebackers are selling out on those inside A and B gaps.
Lucas and Clifton will line up to the right, to the far side, wide side of the field for Lucas and Hicks. And there's a fumble. Hicks was hit as he was receiving the football, drops it on the ground, and the Central Scarlet Dragons have come up with a turnover. Coming up from the bottom of the pile is Ethan Eicher.
And again, all the linebackers just came free. And
well, hold on. Are they saying that the Golden Eagles were able to recover it? Central Scarlet Dragon fans here to the near side are beside themselves.
Unless they were calling Tommy down before the ball came
I
out.
can't see that possible.
I don't see it.
That's not possible. He was hit as he received the ball. The ball was on the ground. It looked like Central came up with it. What a break for the Golden Eagles.
2nd and 15 now from their own 43-yard line.
Lucas has it. Here comes the blitz. Pass. It's caught by Grip. Sheds a tackle at the 50 to the 45. Out of bounds. Where? Just shy of the first down marker. What guts by Damon Grip.
Good effort. He's going to come up 1 yard short, which is going to make it a 3rd and 1.
Yep. The Dragons are bringing all kinds of pressure in the face of Brandon Lucas. He stands in, makes the throw, and then Grip takes over from there and picks up yards after the catch to put them in a very makeable 3rd and 1, if not, perhaps, 4-down territory if they need it. Split backs in the backfield. Who gets it? Lucas fumbles the snap. Took his eye off the ball, was looking at where the defense was coming from, and loses 6. It's going to bring up 4th and a long 6 yards for the Golden Eagles. If they needed it on 4th down, they're going to punt it away. That is unfortunate for Tyrone.
He had the end, too. I think he saw the end there. He didn't want to go anywhere near there. He was trying to beat the linebackers who were coming, and he just ran before he had control of the ball. Tough break.
Gamp will await the snap with Harbaugh back deep to receive. Single back, so they're going to bring some pressure or they're going to set up the return. Gets it away. High kick. Good hang time. Hits at the 15. Touchdown at the, let's call it the 13-yard line. Good special teams play there by the Golden Eagles as Central will take over. 1st and 10, leading 14-6. They're at their own 13-yard line. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7. Classic favorites, WTRN. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. We are bringing you District 6 AAA Championship game coverage from Altoona and Mansion Park. Earlier today, Hollidaysburg with a 35-12 win over Central Mountain. Big win for Altoona last night over Williamsport. Hohenstein he sets up the screen on the fake to Parker Gregg, and that did not work. That's a loss of 3.
Dean Grassi read that so well. He busted it up, and the running back didn't have anywhere to go. Nice play by Dean Grassi. You know, Jim, this is just a comment to how crazy this year has been. Normally, when you're in district championship games, you know, no matter what classification, lose or go home. Now it's all freelancing.
Yes.
I mean, you know, the people that lost last night are going to start looking at, well, who can we play? Who will play us? You know, that type of thing. So it's been really just adds to a crazy year.
Hohenstein gives it to Greg, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
He actually fell right down.
And it wasn't Gregness. I believe it might have been Smith, actually.
And number 32 for
Hunter Smith, the freshman.
Yeah, he just absolutely tripped over his own feet there. If Tyrone can stop him right here, Jim, they're going to get pretty good field position back to start a drive.
Sure are.
Still only trailing 14-6 with 6:35. A lot of time left in this game.
Dragons at the line of scrimmage. Hohenstein looking over the Golden Eagle defense, see what he has. Throwing from his end zone. Tucks it, runs it. Is he going to get to the first down marker?
It's going to be close.
It is going to be close. I think he may have gotten it.
Yes, he did. They're going to give him a spot. He's going to make it by about half a yard.
What a play by Jeff Hohenstein.
Couldn't contain him.
It just takes so much poise to stand with your heels on your own end line, knowing that you need 10 for a first down, and he rushes 15 yards to get the first down and keep possession of the football as we come up on 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Fresh set of downs for the Golden Eagles. And now, for the Dragons, as the Golden Eagles stuff that run after a gain of about 2.
Cal Silva in on a stop for Tyrone.
2nd and a long 7 for Central.
Also Dean Grassi coming up off the pile there. So Silva and Grassi on the stop.
Harbaugh comes in. Boyles goes out for Central. Coming to the near side is Klotz. Split backs in the backfield, go into the slot. Empty backfield for Jeff Hohenstein. Here comes pressure. The catch is made at about the 38-yard line.
It's going to be close, but I think they're going to be just a hair shy.
Parker Gregg.
They're going to give him a first down. Holy cow. That ball's inside the 30. The ball's inside the 39, and over on the far sideline, the chain shows that the first down marker is a little bit on the other side of the 39, but they're going to give it to him.
Hohenstein brings the play in from the sideline as the Dragons break the huddle. Klotz will go top side with Harbaugh in the slot. Split backs in the backfield. Golden Eagles looking for a stop, but a fresh set of downs for the Dragons as Parker Gregg follows a block and spins forward for about 6. They may even give him 7. Keeps his legs moving, Chuck.
Yep, Matthew Clifton. He just rode that wall of gray shirts there and let them seal off the way for him.
At the 41, it's a gain of 8. 2 for the first down. They need to get to about just beyond the 44-yard line. Under 4.5 left to play third quarter. It's 14-6. Central leading Tyrone. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Tyrone scored 1 in the second, missed the extra point. Parker Gregg. Tackled high, but they get him down, shy of the first down.
You would think you're not going to get a gain on that. Gam filled the hole nicely and was right there to stand him up in the hole. Made a stop. And Jim, we're starting to get these shout-out messages here. We have Craig from Tyrone. We have Mike Curtis from Waukesha, Wisconsin, listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football, as well as Ted Fink out in Phoenix, Arizona.
Tyrone toughness travels well. Golden Eagles want to bring the blitz as Hohenstein beats it outside and is tackled from behind. Tackled high, but not until he picks up enough for a first down, as Hohenstein is just so elusive. Finds an opening and can make something out of nothing, as it looked like it might be a gain of a couple of yards, maybe 5.
His timing,
not 15.
His timing is so good. I mean, he was right there, and Tommy Hicks was getting ready to wrap him up at about the 50, and at the last second, he just cut in underneath Hicks's arms, and the tacklers are pulling air.
Here they go. Empty set once again. 4 receivers in formation for Jeff Hohenstein. Looks for a quick throw. Throws a hard ball to the far sideline. Caught.
Cortland Rhodes on the stop. Number 5.
That's Devin Boyles.
Devin Boyles. And the clock's just all on going down to 3:07 here. And, boy, Tyrone has to stiffen up here. They cannot really allow Central to put another score on the board here.
I can see where Boyles would be a popular target. If you look at his stature at 6'5", 195 pounds. Hohenstein getting time to throw. Golden Eagles need to bring more pressure. Once again, 4 receivers in formation. They show blitz. Back out of it. Hohenstein tackled in the backfield. Is it Clifton with the tackle?
Matthew Clifton.
And how hard is it to make an open field tackle on a quarterback like Hohenstein that Clifton could bring him down? And how important is that tackle when it was 3rd and 4 to begin with? And you knock him back for about 2 yards in losses, brings up 3rd and a long 5, but that's a big play by Matt Clifton.
Smart play. He did not lower his head and shoulders to go low. He stayed high and grabbed jersey. And that's what you almost have to do with Hohenstein because his feet and hips are moving all the time.
Looking to throw.
14-3 Ohio State, second quarter.
Still has time. There's a flag down for a hold as Hohenstein gets knocked out of bounds at about the 34-yard line, but they have hit Landon Williams, I believe, back here, number 55. Looked like there may have been a tackle. He was doing everything he could to save his quarterback, but the officials saw it and flagged him.
Clifton had him beat, and he's. It's funny though. The official was right there, and he came up. What, me? I didn't do it. Said, oh wait, I have to give him his jersey back.
The spot of the foul was at about the 50, so the 10-yard mark-off takes it back just outside just inside the Dragons' 40-yard line. That's a big play. And give credit to Clifton, who doesn't make a tackle, but he causes and draws a penalty.
It's going to be about 23 yards now. It's going to be 3rd and 23. This is the play Tyrone needs to stop. They need to get the ball back here while there's still time in the 3rd quarter.
Obvious passing down. Hohenstein has blockers in the backfield to give him some time. Instead, throws out to the near side, and it's dropped. The receiver.
No, that's a Playhouse 90 there. They're never going to call that. In hockey, he'd be sent for the penalty box for taking a dive.
Hey, it was a good try.
Hunter
Smith, pretty good for a freshman.
Yeah.
He may have some talents on stage at some point.
How many times does he tell his teacher his dog ate his homework?
4th down and 23 yards to go. They'll punt from their own 41-yard line with Grip and Rhodes ready to receive it. Taken by Grip at the 23. Over the 30, outside to the 35, knocked out of bounds. I think they'll mark him out at about the 37-yard line. But a good return by Damon Grip. Every yard is important at this point. You need to come up and make a play on those punts, and that saves a lot of yards when that ball can bounce against you. So with 2:04 left to go in the 3rd quarter, the Tyrone Golden Eagles trailing in this District 6 championship game. AAA title on the line, but they're trailing 14-6 with 2:04 left to go in quarter number 3.
Chris and Wanda Wilson from Redlands, California. Again, 3 weeks in a row now. Tyrone listeners, as well as Ron and Noreen Williams in Penn Hills outside of Pittsburgh.
Here's a formation I don't recall seeing at all this year. Blockers setting up for Lucas, and the blocks are not there, as Lucas is dropped for a big loss.
They had them outnumbered there, but 2 white jerseys ran right by the individual that made the tackle.
A loss of 10.
Coach Franco just waved his arms. It's like, what? I mean, they had them outnumbered, and that was the block they needed.
And Ethan Eicher comes off the field. He's been very important to this defensive effort for the Dragons. He's going to He's having trouble with an ankle. So they'll lose one of their more key components on defense for this 2nd and 18 from their own 29. Lucas has time, but now he doesn't. And he's going to get sacked once again. Dropped by Hunter Smith. And Lucas was thrown down hard, and he is not getting up quickly. It looked like he was taken down hard on that throwing arm, and he's shaking that right arm, Chuck.
Yep. And again, the linebackers are coming, and there's nowhere to go. The deep routes aren't there because there's not enough time.
And the clock is running here in the third quarter, and now there's a whistle on the field. Is there a timeout, or is it an injury timeout?
It's going to be a timeout, I think, for Tyrone, because they have to be able to have Lucas.
The play clock was a problem, and Lucas is struggling with some discomfort in that right arm as he was taken down hard by Hunter Smith, and that loss takes it back to the 23-yard line, and they need to get to the 47. So I'm going to bring up 3rd and 24. 41 seconds showing left on the clock here in the third quarter. 14-6 is your score.
Some of our sponsors that bring Tyrone Golden Eagle football are 5-Star Mitsubishi, Staff Management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, and again, have to thank them for all they do for our sister station and us on our coaches show every Thursday night down there. And the 5-Star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, Tyrone Ford, Gardner's Candies, Wireless Zone, Varilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home, and Jeff Long Construction. Thank you so much for being with us so that we can bring these games to our listeners. Here we go, Jim. Big play.
It sure is, and the Golden Eagles can't afford another sack either. They're facing 3rd and 24 from their own 23, and field position now is something that they have to consider. It'll be a passing situation, but Lucas has to have time, and he does. And he's going to go deep over the middle, and nobody's home.
Nope. And they only rushed 4, and he did have time, but the pocket was starting to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
They're driving Tyrone's linemen back into the backfield.
The incompletion brings up a 4th down, so another punt is upcoming from Ross Gamp. He'll take the snap inside his own 10. Back deep to receive is Lingenfelter and Harbaugh. Need a good snap here. Need to get this punt away. They don't bring pressure. They set up the return, but nobody is going to. Oh, and it bounces to Harbaugh. He's going to set up a return left. He's at the 50, 40, 35, 30, and a touchdown saving tackle over on the far side by your punter, Ross Gamp. That looked like
I'm not sure if this might not be coming back all the way
to the
40. I didn't see it come out, but the referee just stopped, and I think they're calling 53 for a push in the back.
No,
Let's
it's not
see.
53. It looks like 56 with Branson Dodson.
56.
There's no flag, but you're right. The official is coming to the near side. Looks like there's a white towel sitting at the 37-yard line. If he couldn't get his flag out, maybe he just threw something down to signify a penalty. He's picked that up, and so they're marking this off back to the 31-yard line.
I saw the block in the back, and then I saw the official drop that white, and I thought he was doing that to mark where the punt was caught. That was weird.
Well, it's a good break for the Tyrone Golden Eagles because otherwise that return had Central set up deep in Tyrone territory. So with 19 seconds left in the third, the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 31 with split backs in the backfield. Hohenstein has it, and he's going to keep it. And he's dropped after a gain of about a yard or two.
And that'll probably be our last play of the third quarter.
Sure should be. And And that'll do it. The third quarter is in the books. No scoring in the quarter. Tyrone still finds itself trailing Central by a score of 14-6. The fourth quarter upcoming. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN.
Have you heard the exciting news? Staff management at Vitro in Tipton has just increased their sign-on bonuses. The sign-on bonus for night shift is now $1,750. Wait, what, $1,750? Is that correct?
We're checking on that now, Steve. Yep, that's what it is.
Okay then. Plus a $400 sign-on bonus for returning employees and $250 bonus for days.
It also says they have a $50 weekly bonus for perfect attendance.
I see it. Just go to smjobs.com. That's smjobs.com and apply now or call 686-7050.
The perfect place to enrich your life after 55 is at Greystone Court or Greystone Court Villas. Greystone offers 1 and 2 bedroom apartments that include all utilities and one affordable monthly payment. You'll enjoy the casual comfort and many amenities at the most respected name in senior living. Greystone also offers compassionate personal care for those needing assistance at Greystone Manor in Belmead. And now under construction, Greystone Grand Palazzo, the ultimate retirement community.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
And the fourth quarter is set to get underway. Central with an 8-point lead and the football at their own 32-yard line. 2nd and 9. Hohenstein throws to the back in the backfield, and that is, looks like that was Lingenfelder.
Yeah, that was Hohenstein, I think, wanted that one back. I think he went to throw it, and it slipped out of his hand. It fell to.
It's a good way of describing it. I think you're absolutely right. The incompletion brings up 3rd and 9.
Big play for Tyrone's defense. Jim, we have to thank, and I know you already have, Phil Riccio and Altoona for their great hospitality. It's 38 degrees outside right now, and 76 here in the booth. But it's great. I'm loving it.
3 receivers set for Hohenstein with the back in the backfield at Parker Gregg. Hohenstein looked like he had the option to pitch, didn't, kept it, and is tackled after a gain of about a yard. It's going to bring up 4th down and a long 7 for the Dragons.
And Hohenstein is down. Matt Clifton had him, and he grabbed him, and he came down with him, and just as he was coming down, there was another Tyrone Golden Eagle that hit him. And he is down on the field right now at about the 34. That could be a huge.
And immediately, Rylan Doherty, I believe that's how it would be pronounced, R-Y-L-A-N, Rylan or Rylan. The quarterback on the near sideline is throwing some passes, as is Caden Fisher. Or Caden Fisher is just on the receiving end, as I believe it'll be Doherty if he has to come in. And they're really attending to
that could
Jeff
be,
Hohenstein.
That leg was at a bad angle, and it was before I lost track of it. So
and it's never good when you see people running.
Yeah, we don't want to. And the other thing that's not good is when you see Branson Dotson, who was right beside him, and talking with him, came over and slammed his helmet onto the ground here in front of the central bench. That was a severe angle. You never want to say anything, but oh my, that was a bad angle.
Whew.
Even Coach Franco is out at on the hash mark there.
Wow. Let's just for the moment. What did I hear about Penn State? Was there a score offered to us?
It was close, and I think Radio Rich said something. I think it was like 10 or
10-3,
10-3,
14-3,
12-3, or something like that.
14-3 at the second quarter.
14-3 second quarter. Thank you.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the ambulance is being brought out here.
Yeah, that I was worried about that. Oh, let's hope that see what happens there. They also have some.
The Hohenstein family, one of the more well-known names among family names that just have a history in a school district or in an area. Central, just like every other school district that just keeps producing good athletes. Jeff Hohenstein has had just a fantastic game tonight. But right now, our thoughts and prayers are with him as he's being tended to. And Well, goodness.
Oh, looks like they're bringing an air splint out right on the field right now. Oh, they're putting it back. Getting something else to take. That's a shame.
So,
okay,
we're not doctors, so let's not.
But,
so right now, we have no idea what this does to the Scarlet Dragon attack because we don't know about Ryland Doherty.
Absolutely. We're going to have to see what happens. That's why this fourth down now, they're going to have to punt, and Tyrone's going to get the ball back in fairly good field position. And again, we have to congratulate some schools. Northern Bedford's moving on. They had a nice win last night. Bellwood took on a very, very good team in Richland, and Richland pretty much dictated that from beginning to end. So Bellwood will be one of the teams that'll be looking to play probably another game, and I think we'll have to see what goes on in this game. I think everybody's still talking about Tyrone Bellwood trying to get together. Congratulations to the Huntington Tigers as they won today, and that's the first game they played in 17 days. So they came back after 2 weeks in a row. They had COVID issues at other schools, and they couldn't play. So they've done a good job. And again, we're not doctors, but anytime you see a stretcher being brought out on the field, that's not good news. And Bedford, really surprised there, Jim. They put like 40-some points on a good Clearfield team at Clearfield.
And I watched some of the highlights last night on one of the television broadcasts, and it looked like they got up on them early.
Yeah. And Clearfield, their offense has been racking up some points, and they played Central tough, and they lost. I think it was 25 or 26-24, 23, or something like that. In the fourth quarter, when Central, with something like a minute 45 left in the game, they had a trick play. It was hook and ladder, where they threw in a ladder, and that was the difference maker in the game.
And the radio broadcast won't allow you to recognize this. If you're joining us on the Eagle Eye broadcast, you'll notice to the near side here, right around the 30-yard line, the Central Scarlet Dragon players, the offense, they are.
I think everybody's field,
praying.
Cheerleaders on both
right
sides. And Jim, you could drop a pin anywhere in the stadium right now,
and you would hear it.
It is dead quiet. Let's just hope for the best.
Well, right now, the Golden Eagles are trailing 14-6 with 11:46 left to go in the ball game, and Central facing a 4th and 7 from their own 34-yard line. The injury is to quarterback Jeff Hohenstein, the leading offensive star in Blair County. 23 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. He's thrown for nearly 1,800 yards. He's rushed for almost 300 yards. He is their star player. And right now, all we can worry about is Jeff Hohenstein and his health.
And he's a leader. I mean, there's no question about that as he's being taken off the field now on the stretcher.
He raises his hand to let folks know in the stands, and as he gets a standing ovation, he's being carted off, and his teammates are going out. Boy, it's a contact sport, and these things happen. You just hate to see it. And we'll follow what happened to him in the postgame for tomorrow.
Looks like
you're thinking it's an arm.
Yeah, it looks like an arm.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this, Jim? Let's stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-Star Power Sports is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game coming up right after the game tonight. And that's become a big thing in Tyrone, giving that Thursday afternoon.
Kendall Markley 2 weeks ago. That was a good choice. A lot of folks like that. Equally, Matt Clifton last week. I just thought he was the most disruptive force at a time when they needed some disruption against Pencambria. And he was a big difference maker, certainly on defense. He adds an element on offense. And He was our player of the game last week. Who will it be tonight? We'll have to wait and see, because right now I can't say that I would have a clue to who to pick. Low snap. Punt is away.
Line drive.
Hits at the 21. And it's picked up by, is that Grip?
Looks like Grip, yep. Got back out to about the 20. They're going to mark it at the 20.
Yeah, call it a return of about 4 yards, but the trajectory of the kick made it very difficult for any of the return men to get in front of it, and that's always a problem. And Grip was fortunate enough to even have the ball bounce up enough to get it in his hands and try to get a couple of yards back. So 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles from their own 20-yard line.
Plenty of time left here. 11:34 in the fourth quarter. Tyrone trails by 8, 14-6.
Let's see how this defense responds for Central, knowing that much of tonight's outcome may rest on their shoulders with their star offensive player out in Hohenstein, as 1st and 10 carry goes to Hicks for about a yard. No gain, actually.
2nd and 10.
Coming up on the 11-minute mark, left to go in the ball game. If you're just joining us or do not recall, Central scored a touchdown in the first and the second. Tyrone scoring its only touchdown in the second, missing the extra point. 3 receivers topside, single back in the backfield as Lucas has time to the far side. The catch made by Grip, and a short tackle made, but not before picking up the first down. So they'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at the 32-yard line. Grip has frustrated a lot of defensive backs this year with his ability, and as the top receiver in Blair County, he's showing himself to be shorthanded again tonight. As long as Lucas has time and can get the ball to him, that's all that has been the biggest problem for the offense so far, is Lucas is going to throw out to the near side. That's Gamp. Nice short-handed catch made by Ross Gamp, and he's going to be out of bounds. Is it enough for a first down?
Yes, it is.
And they'll move the chains.
They're going to mark it.
Boy, the big sophomore, just so athletic, smart, knows how to block.
He'll be fun to watch for the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see how he develops and what positions they end up putting him in.
We got to meet his father.
Yes, we did.
Before the game tonight.
Little tailgate out in the parking lot here at Mansion Park. The Rhodes family was alongside. Say hello to Sue Rhodes. That's a name for Tyrone, of course, as the pass for Keegan Gwynn is just out of his reach, incomplete.
He just needed 2 more seconds. Who's 54? 54 for Tyrone.
That's Nick Lewis.
Yeah, just needed that block from Nick, and boy, he was wide open over there on that flat. It's a game of inches sometimes.
Mm-hmm. The incompletion stops the clock at 10:15 left in the ball game. Tyrone has 2 timeouts left, in case you're wondering. 14-6 our score. Rhodes comes to the near sideline. Trip receivers top side. Gamp in the backfield. Brandon Lucas has it. Quick throw over the middle. Caught at the midfield stripe by Tommy Hicks.
Nice catch. He was well covered. The receiver, the defender had a hand in there and on the ball, but Tommy ripped it away on the way down and held on. It's called the 50-yard line now, Jim, so it's going to be 3rd and about a long 3.
At this point in the ball game, I got to tell you, I'm thinking 4-down territory. Especially when you figure that Central's quarterback that has driven their offense all season long is not going to be out there. Pressure. Pass. Caught by Grip. Taken out of bounds over on the far sideline at about the 40-yard line. Taken out by Demetrius Harbaugh with a hard tackle, but it's enough to move the chains to the 42-yard line for Tyrone. Into Central territory.
Well, we've been calling them the cardiac kids for the last 3 weeks, and with 9:30 left in the game on a stop clock due to being out of bounds, they're 8 points down and they're driving. They're 42 yards away.
Rhodes, the receiver, to the far side. He's there alone with trips to the near side. Gamp in the backfield, and this is going to be Lucas to keep it. It's been a while since he's run the football. You had to figure he was going to make his legs a present part of the offense at some point, and it's a good positive gain on first down. Give him 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the 37-yard line.
And that was a nice adjustment, offensive adjustment called. They actually let Austin Keith come. Keith thought he was home free, and Lucas actually run up underneath him, and he outran the play, and Keith was downfield before he could react. Nice adjustment there. Try to slow that big defensive tight end down.
Lucas with a throw over the middle, caught by Hicks in traffic, and he's hit hard immediately by Hunter Smith, but it's enough for a first down to the 31-yard line. Nice hookup between Brandon Lucas and Tommy Hicks, and sure hands by these receivers are paying dividends for the Tyrone offense.
And give a shout to Ross Gamp. He stood up that one linebacker who was blitzing and gave Lucas the added time he needed to find Hicks coming across the middle.
So the new set of downs with the clock running at 8:20 left to go in the game. They're going to go with this formation the whole way, it looks like, as Lucas keeps it. He's going to try and break it outside, sheds the tackle in the backfield, and then he is going to be stopped. His forward progress, as he never goes down, actually. They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. So no gain, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long. 10 yards is what they're going to need. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 from the 31.
And they're so close to popping one of those. Just the blocks, if they could hold on to those blocks a little bit longer, especially on that right side of the Tyrone offensive line.
This time they mix it up. They're going to go twins left and right. Grip and Hicks to the near side now. Clifton. And the pass for Grip at the 30, the 25. Spun out at the 20-yard line. It should be enough for a first down.
And great blocking downfield by Tommy Hicks. He sprung that play for an additional 7 or 8 yards with a nice downfield block. So Tyrone's moving that ball with 7:23 to go, trailing 14-6. 20 yards from the goal line.
So the playing the movie forward, you get the 6 here. You've got to go for 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Could we see overtime in this game for the title? Single back in the backfield is Gamp, and now
procedure. They're calling something. Illegal procedure against Tyrone, I believe. Not sure
that
why.
Came so quickly, it didn't even seem like they were at the line of scrimmage yet. Well, you can't repeat it down. You haven't started. Anyway, it's
dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul. 1st and 15 now from the 25. Golden Eagles head to the line of scrimmage. The ball's on the near side hash. Going from left to right. Ross Gamp in the backfield. Sidecar right for Brandon Lucas. He had time, scrambles out of it, and is tackled for a loss.
Number 55 there for the Central Dragons, Landon Williams.
Good coverage downfield. That was part of what led to that sack. If it ends up being a sack, it could be just no gain. It depends on where they mark it. But there were 4 receivers downfield, and Brandon Lucas just could not bring himself to cut it loose. 2nd and 17 now from the 27. The Golden Eagles were at the 20, and they're going backwards, trailing by 8. Coming up on 6.5 minutes left to go in this District 6 AAA championship game.
They don't need all 17 yards here. They still have 2 downs to pick up, 3 downs counting this one to pick it up.
They rush 5. Lucas throwing, and it's knocked out of bounds away from the receiver. And the ball hung up there, allowing time for the coverage to come over by Demetrius Harbaugh. It was intended. Is that Hicks over on the far side? I believe it is.
Yes, it is. And it just hung there what seemed like to be an eternity. I actually thought it might be picked.
Incompletion stops the clock at 6:29. 3rd down and 17 from the 27 of the Dragons.
Now they need to try to pick up at least
Get
8
10
or
here.
9 or 10 yards here, right?
So they'll go empty set, 5 receivers. We have not seen this formation tonight. Gamp is in formation as well. They throw it over the middle, caught by Hicks. A sliding catch made at the 15-yard line. So they pick up 12. It's going to bring up 4th and about 5.
That was huge there. So 4th and 5 is doable there from the 15-yard line. Now you know that Central is going to sell out, so they're going to go back to that 4-4 with the 3-man man-to-man coverage here, and they're going to just blitz everybody, trying to disrupt the blocking pattern.
Dragons fans come to their feet. They know the defense needs a stop. It could mean the ball game. It could mean a District 6 championship with 5:47 and counting left to go. Lucas rolling, throws off his back foot. Caught by Grip at the far sideline at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line, and the Tyrone's in business with a 1st and goal at the 2 with 5:41
What a
remaining.
throw by Brandon Lucas off his back foot with pressure in his face. He throws it to Grip on the near side at the 2-yard line, and then he tiptoes out of bounds, stopping the clock with 5:41 left to go. That's the first time we've seen that formation, which means Central has not seen that.
No.
They didn't have any idea how to cover it,
Nope.
and that's what led to that completion.
That took them out of that man.
Yep.
That 3-man coverage, too.
1st and goal from the 2. Lucas, he's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Tyrone. No flags. Perhaps a Dragon injured on the play at the 5. They'll come out to attend to the injured Central player, but now it's 14-12, and a 2-point play is what the Golden Eagles are going to need to tie this game up.
What a great high school football game. Stay tuned for the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area coming up. And that's coming up on the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show. Also, stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-Star Power Sports is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game coming up right after the game.
And let's take a minute here while we have another injury on the field. It's a Central player. The turnaround in the second half from the first half, the job that the offensive line is doing under great duress, because Central is bringing more than the Tyrone Golden Eagles have in blockers. And somehow they're managing to give Brandon Lucas a little more time to make a completion when he's needed to. That big play to Damon Grip was evidence, because it was an empty backfield.
Yep.
They had nobody else blocking for him. So let's give credit to that Tyrone offensive line for the way they've turned things around here in the second half, because in the first half it was all Central defensively.
And that's Hunter Klotz, number 4, being helped off the field for Central there.
He's a top target on this passing game for the Scarlet Dragons. If you haven't heard, starting quarterback Jeff Hohenstein was taken off the field several minutes ago and taken off the field to an ambulance. We have no report, but we're wishing him well, as this is a big play now for the Tyrone Golden Eagles on offense. The ball is between the hash marks. They need the 2-point conversion. Gamp in the backfield for Lucas. Jump pass.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Tommy Hicks.
Tommy Hicks, as they had to sell out on the Brandon Lucas, as he looked like he was going to run for the 2-point conversion. He stops short and throws the completion to Matt Clifton. We're tied at 14. What a big play for the Tyrone Golden Eagles, and a good play call by the coaching staff.
Absolutely. My goodness gracious, what a great game.
So now what we have to look forward to is the now Ryland Doherty-led offense for the Central Scarlet Dragons. Doherty's a sophomore, 6 foot, 160-pounder, and he's had plenty of time on the near sideline to warm up. A lot of pressure on a young man's shoulders, filling in for such a talent in Jeff Hohenstein. The Golden Eagles will kick it away from left to right. Keegan Gwynn will await the delivery of the football. Back deep to receive will be Cade Rule and Demetrius Harbaugh. Let's see what Gwynn decides to do in terms of a trajectory for this kickoff. 5:36 left to go in the ball game. We're tied at 14. The whistle, and Gwynn will approach and boot it away. High, end over end, sends Harbaugh back to his 12, to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Brought down at the 43-yard line, and a return of about 34 yards.
And Lucas in on the stop for Tyrone there. So Central will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 44, 5:27 left. Tied game. You just came home from trick-or-treating. Don't go away. 14-14, District 6 AAA championship game.
Let's see how this Scarlet Dragon offense rallies around to try and support their new quarterback, Ryland Doherty. Hohenstein is out. They'll go I. Single receivers to either side. They go to Parker Gregg. He's tripped up, falls ahead for a couple, but give Noah Sprankle.
Yeah.
He had a blocker on him, but somehow reached out and got a hand on Parker Gregg to stop him after a gain of about a yard.
Now you're going to see the difference here with the quarterback coming out of the eye, and it looks obviously like this is their run. They're going to try to run, power run. And
Smith is the up back. Gregg is the deep back. Doherty under center. 7-8 men in the box for the Golden Eagles, but Gregg is able to get through. Credit the offensive line for the Central Scarlet Dragons for pushing the Golden Eagles back and giving Gregg enough time to get those legs moving and move the chains for a new set of downs.
And a soft tackle there also on Tyrone. They've got to come up and stack them, wrap them up, and put them down, not let them, dance with them.
44-yard line is where the Scarlet Dragons come out. 4.5 minutes left to go, tied at 14 from the eye. Run blitz by the Golden Eagles. Not that effective, though, as Parker Gregg picks up 5.
And Lucas again in on the stop.
Gain of 3, correction, knee touchdown at the 41. Brings up 2nd and a long 6. This is going to be a running attack. The Golden Eagles looking to sell out on the run. 9 men in the box as they give it to Gregg, and this time they'll stack him up, but not before Gregg is still somehow able to get ahead for 2 or 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd down play, but it's a manageable one at 3rd and 4.
Lucas and Grassi in on a stop for the Golden Eagles.
The ball's on the 33 of the Golden Eagles. 3:25 left in the ball game, counting down. We're tied at 14. From the 38. Doherty under center, replacing Hohenstein. They give it to Greg, and he's dropped in the backfield. They sold out. Tommy Hicks came hard.
He came through the B gap. He timed it perfectly and ran right behind the lead blocker, and boom. That was huge. A huge loss there. That's going to bring up 4th and 7.
You agree with going for it here? You're tied at 14.
They feel confident, but, you put them
What kind of confidence do you have in your backup quarterback?
I think they're confident in their running game.
They sure are.
Because this will give Tyrone fairly decent field position.
This is a big play. Could be a play of the game. Doherty under center from the eye. He's going to throw for it. He's a lefty. Pass is complete. Pass is complete to Ethan Eicher. Number 42 makes the catch. Eicher had gone off earlier with an ankle injury, comes back to make a play, and what a big one on 4th down and 6. They pick up the first down with the backup quarterback slinging a left-handed throw for first down yardage to the 26 of the Golden Eagles.
And a diving catch, too.
So now the Golden Eagles have to know that Doherty's got an arm. 2:10 left in the ball game, and here they come. Parker Gregg broke a tackle in the backfield, drags a tackler inside the 20 to the 15. Golden Eagles have to be mindful of the timeouts they have if the Dragons are going to continue to drive the football. Do they want anything left, or are they going to try and just hold them here and hope for the best? Under 2 minutes to play. From the 15, we're tied at 14. The trophy, the hardware for the District 6 AAA Championship on the line. Doherty under center, I formation, near hash mark with twins right. Gregg is just so good at beating tacklers in the backfield. My goodness. Inside the 10 to the 8. All night long, this has been the Parker Gregg show. He had over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter.
Now they're probably within not easy, but within for sure field goal.
Tyrone has called the timeout. And what a showing of spirit by this Central Scarlet Dragon offense. They have rallied around the injury to their starting quarterback, Jeff Hohenstein. And now they've put themselves in a position to put some points on the board and put the pressure right back on the Tyrone Golden Eagles. We're tied at 14 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go here at Mansion Park in Altoona. The winner advances to take on Bedford next week. Who will it be?
Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-star Power Sports is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game coming up right after this evening's game.
So I imagine that Austin Keith, who kicks the extra points, is their field goal kicker for anything other than extra points. We haven't seen anybody else kick tonight. So from here, it's 2nd and 3 from the 8. The Golden Eagle defense needs to stand up and stop the Dragons here. But it has been all Parker Gregg all night long. He dots the I. Doherty has it. Gregg has it.
Gamp gets him in the backfield. He's going to fall forward.
He's still going to get 2.
Half a yard.
No, I think he got 2, Chuck.
Really? When are they going to spot
down
that?
To the 6.
Oh, they're spotting it on the 6. Okay.
Yep.
3rd down.
1 minute left to go in the ball game. 3rd and 2 from the 7. These two teams know each other very well. They may not even play each other next year as Central goes to the Laurel Highlands. Close games are just the way these two teams play each other. As Gregg is stopped for a gain of maybe a half a yard, he may not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage. We're at 32 seconds and counting. It's 4th down and 2. Central will call the timeout to set up a potential go-ahead field goal.
Well,
From there, it would be a 23-yarder. Tyrone called the timeout. Excuse me.
That was their last timeout, so they're out of timeouts left. Well, it's going to come down here to a kick, whether or not we go to overtime or.
Halftime, Ohio State 21, Penn State 3.
We just got an update on the Ohio State-Penn State game. It's at halftime, and it's 21-3 in favor of Ohio State.
Without fans. In the stands.
In the stands. Cardboard cutouts.
Not quite the whiteout we're used to.
No. Probably pretty quiet over there.
The snapper for Central is Tanner Ebersole. The holder is Luke Betwee.
Well, we got to look. We'll get a good look at this, Jim.
Okay. It will be Austin Keith. He's been good with extra points. This will be not much longer than an extra point. Usually sitting at the 2.5-yard line. This one's at the 6. The ball will be resting and spun down at the 13-yard line, making it a 23-yard potential game-winning field goal for the District 6 AAA Championship. The snap, the hold, it's all good. It is up, and it is good. .25-second show on the clock. And Austin Keith has just put the Central Scarlet Dragons ahead 17-14. The Dragon faithful just beneath us here at the home press box at Mansion Park are showing their delight with the potential of having just witnessed the difference in a District 6 AAA championship. And you can imagine that they wanted to now win this game for their injured quarterback, Jeff Hohenstein. But there's 25 seconds left, and anything can happen. The Golden Eagles are out on the field ready to receive the kick from Austin Keith. The Dragons are talking about their strategy on how they want to execute this kickoff. So it'll be Beck and Clifton back deep to receive for the Golden Eagles. They need a big return. Perhaps to give Kendall Markley a chance at a tying field goal. At minimum, you need at least 3. They need a big return, or it will be over.
And you don't want to waste too much time, unless
on the return.
On the return.
Mm-hmm.
You still have a couple, 2 or 3 plays in 25 seconds you can get off.
Mm-hmm. The Lucas to grip combination is certainly lethal. If you can give them 2 plays, anything can happen. But the return needs to get to at least the 40-yard line, in my estimation. Kicked along the ground. Picked up by Beck. He's at the 20, 25. 25 to the 30, knocked down at the 32-yard line. The play takes 5 seconds, so 20 seconds left for the Golden Eagles and their district championship hopes. 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Hope you're enjoying this game tonight. It's been dandy. 17-14 Central with 20 seconds left. Tyrone does have the ball.
They'll need to go 67 yards. Clifton and Hicks and grip to the near sideline. The ball's between the hash. Rhodes top side. Gamp in the backfield, and the timeout is called by the Scarlet Dragons.
And we'd like to sponsor list here that we
Yes.
have for you, and thank them again for bringing Tyrone Golden Eagle football to you through WTRN Radio. 5-star Mitsubishi, staff management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, 5-star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, Tyrone Ford. Also, we'd like to thank Gardner's Candies, Wireless Zone, Varilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, and the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home, along with Jeff Long Construction. Thank you very much for your sponsorships this year. And don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-Star Power Sports, proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The 5-Star Power Sports at Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game, coming up right after the game this evening. Okay, Jim.
All right, here we go. 3 receivers to the near side. Single receiver top side. Gamp in the backfield. Lucas has to throw. He's going to run and step up and throw for grip, and it's intercepted as it's picked off, and that'll be it by Eli Lingenfelter through the hands of Damon Grip. He had it in his hands at the 45, but just couldn't bring it down, and that will do it.
Yeah, it's tough. He was a little bit higher. He had the ball. They would have been at the 45-yard line of Central, but it wasn't to be.
12 seconds left on the clock. Nothing left to do but take a knee and shake hands, or whatever you do in a COVID virus circumstance. Will they
tip their helmets?
Tip their helmets. Congratulations to the Central Scarlet Dragons and Coach Dave Baker. And we wish the best for starting quarterback Jeff Hohenstein as he went out on a stretcher in the third quarter, and to be replaced by Roland Doherty very admirably led them on a field goal winning drive. It was the pass on 4th down caught by, was it Parker, Greg, that made the catch?
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
That really made the difference on that drive. Otherwise, it's Tyrone football, and it's probably a different outcome, potentially a different outcome, that's for sure.
And Central's going to have a lot to look at here this week with Hohenstein down going up against Bedford, because Bedford can score some points.
That'll do it. (17-14) is your final, thanks to a 23-yard field goal from Austin Keith with 17 seconds left. Excuse me, with 30 seconds left in the ball game. The turnover on the interception, intercepted by Lingenfelter for Central, and there's no tip of the cap. These two teams are going to congratulate each other. It was a well-played game. These two teams have a lot of emotion between them, and just complete sportsmanship shown between the two teams tonight. The season, perhaps potentially not over for Tyrone in this COVID season.